Show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
All right, Coffee Ann here on WOON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. It's a Wednesday morning, and it's January 14th, halfway through the month, first month of the year. Time's flying, huh? How about that?
Already.
All right, at the Coffee Ann table is Melissa Smith, and good morning to you, Melissa.
Good morning.
And Tim Draper's here from Navigate Credit Union. Hey,
Greetings,
Tim.
everyone.
Nice to have both of you with us today. And it is time for our first message from the St. Antoine community, so that's up to Melissa Smith right now.
I know. I'll bore you with my traditional opening message just because
okay.
I know every once in a while there's some folks listening that may not know everything that we have to offer at St. Antoine Community. But on our property, we offer a continuum of services that start with assisted living, and we have short and long-term skilled care. We have 2 levels of memory care, and we have a wonderful state-of-the-art rehab facility called Easy Street Rehab. It's our transitional care unit. This is a very busy time of year, and unfortunately, a very popular time for unexpected falls and emergencies. Obviously, flu season, all things right now. Definitely targeting the elderly population, and folks who are in need of help maybe a little more than during the summer months. So we're encouraging folks to reach out whether you're planning a surgery in advance or if you are stricken with something that's landed you in the hospital. Reach out, take a tour. Our admissions coordinator, Robin Noterer, is at St. Antoine residence. She'd be happy to take you on a tour of our rehab facility, meet the team. Or if you're interested in learning a little bit more about assisted living, you can reach out to me directly at 767-3500. We'd be happy to walk you around and coach you through your options. Thank you.
All right, Melissa, very good.
Off the cuff, too. Nothing written on that. That is impressive.
We were having an off-the-air conversation about muscle memory and dementia, and I feel
Clearly,
like
you do not have it.
I do. I so do. It could be dementia or menopause. We're in this weird space right now.
I'm not sure those two things are the same, are they?
Well, the female listeners out there are hearing me. They know what I'm talking about. It's one or the other. I'm not sure where I fit yet.
One or the other.
It's one or the other.
Well, pick one, okay?
I would love to know. Honestly, I'm open to all meds.
I'm open to all meds.
Wow.
All meds welcome.
I'm open to it. I just would like to know what works. Because
all righty. The things going on, we had 11 teenagers arrested. They're breaking into the old Woonsocket Middle School. Now, yeah.
I did not hear that.
Now, what's odd is, if you're interested, if you go to Channel 10's website, there's a story on it, and they list the names of all 11.
Wait a minute, they're minors, and they did that?
Well, they just say they're teenagers. They don't say they're minors.
Must be 18.
They must be 18.
So I'm like, wow, you don't normally see the mugshots and a list of names.
Of children.
It's a mixture of guys and girls as well.
Oh.
And when you read the story, as you go down, people think they're doing bad things in there, and they're going there and party. Well, that's what the neighbors are saying. But when the kids are in there, they said they just want to explore an abandoned building.
Yeah.
Now, I can see that as a boy, as a guy.
Yeah.
Whenever, not that I had abandoned buildings growing up, but you always had new buildings being built, and you waited for the construction guys to leave, and then you went and
see what was changed.
Yeah, okay, let's go see what's going on here.
Like to do that now.
But the other thing is, the rumor is there are ghosts there, and people like to go, those ghost hunting shows and things like that. Well, the rumors are that there's ghosts over there, so you got to go at night and see what you can hear and see what you can see. So they're going on ghost hunting trips as well.
I mean, if they weren't doing anything malicious and they weren't breaking,
but it's still private property.
I know
they still get hurt.
It's true.
What's going to happen?
Somebody's responsibility for it, and if they got hurt, then the owner of the building gets sued.
The Goldman Group is the owner of the building, and
weren't they supposed to renovate that into apartments? Isn't that like?
Yeah, but I don't know where it stands right now. The Goldman Group is in charge of the property and has been in touch with the mayor's office to handle repairs because they're breaking in.
Yeah,
and it's not like the door's wide open, hey, kind of thing. And so they'll be working on it. Residents are still concerned the repeated trespassing poses a safety and security risk to the neighborhood. City officials say the situation will continue to be monitored to ensure the property owners comply to doing the maintenance over there. So that's just. But 11 were arrested. and facing charges. Basically, it's breaking and entering.
Right.
Is what they're doing. So, and it's funny because they want to go in at night because that's when the ghost comes out. If you believe this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And but it's dark at night, right?
Yeah.
And so the neighbors are seeing a bunch of flashlights. They're walking around inside of this abandoned building. So
that's what makes you realize they're teens.
Yeah.
Something's going on
Their
over
frontal
there.
lobes are not fully developed yet.
You might want to pop on over there and see what's
Not the
going on.
smartest.
All right.
Yeah.
Tim, this probably comes as no surprise to you, but we got the news story this morning, and that Bank RI is no longer Bank RI.
Right.
Well, they are right now.
Is it Beacon?
Until February. They're going to become Beacon Bank.
Beacon Bank, yeah.
And they've merged with a bunch of other banks.
Just
around
another
New England
Rhode Island
and
institution heading somewhere else.
Yeah. So there's
Not Navigant Credit Union. We're here.
145 branches throughout New England and in the
that's
state
a
of
lot
New York.
more than I thought.
Yeah, no, they're huge. It's Berkshire Bank. They merged with Berkshire Bank up in Boston, and then they merged with another bank. And they had 2 or 3 different mergers that happened over the past few years. Now they're just consolidating everything and coming up with a new name. But as a marketing person, and you can appreciate this, Bank Rhode Island could not have been a better name for the bank that you want to identify with a local presence. And now you've lost that because you've changed your name. So
Why wouldn't they have kept that as the primary and taglined underneath it? Like, did you say Beacon?
Yeah,
like a Beacon Bank
it's
division
because somebody
or something.
in Boston looked at the data and went, "Oh, well, we should do this."
Yeah.
I don't know. You and I see the value of the name.
Oh, I know.
Well, they're going to be headquartered in Boston now. So
they are.
We're taking Rhode Island out of it completely.
Right.
And we have to be a regional bank. We got to be a New England bank.
Right. Got to be a New England.
So taking our Rhode Island, we got to take Rhode Island out of the name.
And it's cost efficiency, right? You don't want to. It's
branding.
tough to manage 2 different brands, right? So you want to make sure that you're
I get that
consistent in everything you're doing. I get it. Believe me, from the business decision perspective, I get it. But from a pure marketing thought, like, why would you give up the Bank Rhode Island name? And they're going to hold on to that trademark forever until somebody really wants it,
and pays
they'll pay
gobs and
$1
gobs
zillion
of money
for
it.
Right.
So can you picture it from a marketing standpoint? Can you just see the Beacon Bank is just going to be a lighthouse with a beacon of light coming out of it?
It's amazing to me how many banks have a lighthouse in their logo.
Yeah,
it really
it's
is.
a lot.
It's a lot, and I was even talking about a person that I was with yesterday who was leaving her job here and going to New Hampshire and working for Lighthouse Bank. They had changed their name to Lighthouse Bank.
Well, that would make sense,
right? So, but everybody uses the Lighthouse because, again, you can say Beacon, Coastal, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When we were doing Navigant, we were coming up with the name for Navigant because that was my baby.
You've been around that long?
I was around.
Let's just have that moment right there.
That was my.
You've been around a long time.
I have. That was a big project for me. But it was me and the team. The team we all did it. It was a group effort. But when the name Navigant came up, everybody, of course, was like, "Well, what is that?" Nobody knew what it was. Nobody could figure it out. There's no definition for it. So we went searching through the dictionaries of the world to find out if Navigant was an actual word, and it's actually in a certain area of France they use the term navigant, and it's basically a navigator, so somebody who has direction. So we kind of took a little
lighthouse
guidance
influence,
right. And so the quasar at the top, if you notice, everything is pointing, everything is kind of tilted to the right, and in our minds that was a direction.
Yeah.
So the long arm of the quasar at the top shows you the direction, and that was all to kind of indicate that we didn't have to say we are a beacon. We would say
it's right there in the picture.
It's in the logo. So
I do love how you said, when we were trying to research a name and come up with a name, you went to the dictionary. And I was just thinking,
actually, the process was
you know.
fascinating. We actually entertained 600 different names.
Wow.
Don't you picture, like, that's old school marketing?
Yeah.
You got the whiteboard behind you.
Right.
You're, like, handwriting all the different ideas. You're crossing them out as you vet through them.
Right.
Yeah.
We hired a company.
I just think it's a great visual.
We hired a company from the West Coast, from Seattle, actually, to walk us through the process because we didn't want any influence in Rhode Island.
Okay.
We wanted it to be different. We tried desperately to keep some part of Central Falls, Credit Union Central Falls in the name. We knew Credit Union was going to be in there, but we were figuring out how do we get Central Falls somehow in there. And every time they came up with a central or center, it just nothing really resonated to us. But Navigant was so different and so kind of fresh that we felt like we have an opportunity to define what Navigant is in our branding efforts. So Credit Union Central Falls was around for 92 years prior to us making the decision to change the name. And we had a lot of people on our board who were really not happy with changing the name because Central Falls was in there, and it was important to them because they grew up in Central Falls, and lived in Central Falls, and I get that. But if you wanted to if you ever had thoughts of going outside of Central Falls, it's not helpful to have the name Central Falls in it because people just assumed that you had to have some affiliation or association with Central
With the
Falls.
city, okay.
Right. You had this, you're a credit union, which is by kind of definition an affinity type cooperative.
Yeah.
So you have to have some sort of connection to that city. So we just felt like, okay, we convinced the board that they needed to look at the options. This company came in, and every 4 weeks they would make the trek from Seattle to Little Rhode Island, Little Central Falls, and we would have a meeting. They'd introduce 20 names to us, and then we would pick 5. Then they would come back with 10 more plus those 5, and we'd whittle the list down to 5. Navigant was actually in the very first round, and we went through 4 rounds, and it made it through all 4
And
rounds.
it just stuck.
And it stuck because we had 2 choices: Center Stone, which was like
Too
the
close to-
cornerstone. It
Too
was
close to
solid.
Old Stone Bank.
Right, but
at
it
the
was
time.
solid, and it was.
Right.
We were concerned about security, and we wanted to make sure people knew that we'd been around for a while. So Center Stone was that possibility. We had some visuals of what it would look like, and then we had Navigant. And it was actually my boss Lisa who said, "I just think you could do a whole campaign on the journey." Using Navigant as your background, enjoying life's journey, letting us worry about the finances, you worry about the other stuff. And it created the whole campaign on the whole journey campaign at the very beginning. And it's how we got to Journey Rewards checking and Quest Business checking. And it all has to do with sort of this adventure, this sort of
It all ties
growth.
in.
And it all really ties in.
All
And it was
without a lighthouse.
all without a lighthouse. But we do have a quasar.
You know what sets us apart? We don't have a lighthouse. Find the bank without the lighthouse. Navigant's your bank.
It's funny.
So here we are.
You bring that up. Now, before working here, I worked for. I joined a company. It was a medical company, and they had just changed their name, and they went from Tyco Healthcare. Do you remember? You must remember Tyco Healthcare.
I do.
Tycho was a toy, wasn't it?
No. But they were terrible. This is one of those CEOs that embezzled gazillion dollars from the company, and they said, "All right, he's now in
He's
prison."
like, and I work for them.
And he goes, they said, we really need to change the name and it's, to get away from this bad image of Tyco Healthcare. And they decided, and they sent out a video of how they came up with the name, and the name was Covidian.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, and they said they went with, you had to break it down. So co meant cooperation.
Yep.
VI is the Latin word for life, and Dian because we had to figure out the rest of the word. And it's sufficiently vague enough that people don't know what it means.
Right.
So that was a pretty funny video they sent around to us. And that's how they
that's
came
great.
up with the name
The
Covidian.
Ian.
Because we got to figure, we just can't call ourselves Covi.
It's funny. I find branding stories fascinating, and I don't know why. My husband's going to kill me if he heard that I'm sharing this. But one of the first projects when he was at Stonehill College was they had to rebrand. I'm trying to remember what they were before. Chieftains? Were they like? It was like
Chieftains
you
now,
have
I
to
think.
change.
Yep.
Oh, they
You have
couldn't
to-
be a Native Americans?
Isn't that sad? I can't even remember what they were. I want to say
Okay.
it was like
Okay.
The Friars.
whatever they
No,
were.
it's not the
Whatever they
Friars.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't Spartans. I don't even know. It's how long it's been. So one of his first projects when he was working there in that department was to come up with like a rebrand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was featured all over the news. And they did a huge vetting process. They probably had a market
Right.
board because this was even like they didn't have AI back then and
Right.
not a lot of Google search or whatever. But they landed with the Skyhawks.
Skyhawks.
Yeah.
Like this fictional bird. They got so much slack for it. It was
But
a
there's-
very funny time.
But they're still the Skyhawks.
You can't.
It never changed.
You can't change it now. It
It's
has
a
to
great
stick.
name.
I
I
mean,
think
you
it's
invest a
kinda
lot
cool.
into a rebrand.
Yeah, you
You're
stick
not
with
going to
it.
switch it after 2 years, you know. And I just,
Well, you're up
to
in
this
heaven
day,
and in the sky. Look, yeah.
it's a fictional bird with like
I
goggles
get
and
it. I
everything.
know.
It's very.
But the Pawtucket Red Sox used
Yep.
to play, well, they still do, a team from Syracuse. And they changed their names constantly.
Yeah, they always did.
do.
They were the Chiefs.
Yep.
Then they were the Sky
Clippers.
Chiefs for
Yep.
some reason. And they said, well, no one really liked that. So they went back to the Chiefs.
Yep.
And then they said, well, we're the affiliate of the Mets. Let's stick with the Mets.
Right.
So that's what they are now.
Yeah. The Iron Pigs. Those are my favorite. That's my favorite.
That
Minor league
they
team.
went through a lot of change because they were the Yankees there for
Right.
a while.
But
then they went, we want our own identity kind of
Right.
thing, and
Lehigh
so
Valley.
an iron. You know what an iron pig is, Melissa?
I do not. Go ahead and tell me.
Well, it's a person that
Yeah.
goes down into the mines.
It's a worker.
to get the coal
It's a
out of the
miner.
ground.
Yeah.
They're
I
called
might
iron
have known
pigs.
that at some point in my life,
Yeah.
but
But
yeah.
that's what that meant. And so, but they used to have their uniforms were great because they always had the name different on the front of their jersey. And sometimes it would say bacon. That's all it said on the front of their jerseys. I was like, that's great.
Bacon.
Someone's thinking over there
Right.
with the iron pigs. All right. Melissa, it is time for your second message.
Holy cow.
I know, time flies. From the,
You know what I
from
think
the
we
San
need to do
Antonio
is we need
communities.
to relocate that clock
Clock.
where I
Clock
can
on
see
the
it
wall.
because
Yeah, we need a
they
clock on the
probably
wall.
see
Dave,
me
we
if
need
they're
a clock.
watching. Go cranking my neck all the time to double check. That's what I'm looking for. The clock, in case you're watching.
Well, I can see it. So.
Sponsor that clock in the radio studio.
Oh my gosh. So last week I had said that I would do my job and get my community events calendar together, ready for 2026, and
Yep.
have something to share this week on the air. I have nothing to present on the air. We're not ready to release that yet or any of the dates. So you're going to stay tuned on that. But what I thought I would share is kind of a heartwarming story. Last week I had mentioned I had to leave early, take off early because we had Bishop Bruce coming to St. Antoine Community. And then Tim kindly a couple days after reached out and was like, hey, how did that visit go? And I said I would share some stories, and I won't share all my stories. But I did get to spend a tremendous amount of time with him. And what I wanted to say or share in case there's listeners out there trying to figure out what's going on with Bishop Bruce, and I don't know a lot about him yet. And, Bishop Henning swept in and I think made quite an immediate impression.
Yep.
It could have been his size and scale. Like, he just out of the gate was just a complete transformation of what the diocese was all about, going from Bishop Tobin to him and his presence. And I think we were all a little worried when he left us and who are we
Rapidly,
getting in place?
go to Boston.
And
Another
now we've
thing
got
leaving
Bishop
Rhode
Bruce here. And like I said, I got to spend a lot of time with him. And what I will share is that he's taking his time. He's going around to really intimately connect with as many entities as he can, schools, churches. Obviously, there's been a lot of announcements coming through about different parishes. And he landed with us, and he was shocked at kind of the services we were providing on our campus, the types of residents we had, the presence of retired nuns and retired priests shocked him, how many centennials we had. He just kept saying, oh my goodness, and he didn't want to leave, and he kept wanting to talk to people and learn from people and hear about their stories, and he's excited to come back again. He's going to come back in a couple weeks. He's like, I'm putting it on my calendar.
Great.
And I wanted to just share it in terms, because we had this opportunity that maybe others won't have, myself personally. He's not coming with an entourage. He's not coming with a staff. He himself is controlling his own calendar, carrying his own work bag. Like he is very relatable, and a very warm heart. And this is a story I want to share. Spend the long story short. Sorry, is that unfortunately when we went from St. Antoine residence, he had mass. We had a little reception afterwards. He connected with lots of folks. We moved over to the villa. He was going to join the residents for lunch, and unfortunately, one of our residents fell in the middle of the dining room right before he arrived. So, of course, everything's on hold. Food can't come out. Food can't be blessed.
Yeah.
Rescue shows up. We're trying to navigate rescue coming in to help this. The woman is fine. I just wanted to share.
Amen.
At the time, we didn't know. She was fine. She was alert. She was awake. Little stumble. Probably all of the energy, honestly, in the dining room, racing to get to her seat. So he came in. We explained what happened and said, we're on a little bit of a delay. I'm so sorry if you have to go. He goes, go? Like, Where is she? Where is she? So he went and he sat with her and he waited for rescue to come.
Wow.
Said a prayer over her.
Wow.
And it was just a very warm moment to witness. And folks in marketing would say, did you snap that photo? No, I didn't. I gave them the moment. It was a beautiful moment, beautiful to witness, but also it gave all of us a glimpse into who he is.
Yeah.
And he's a little quieter on the human conversation level. His mass, if you've been to them, he punches some words out. So some people feel like he yells, but I think he's just such a tiny framed individual. He's trying to really get your attention. Yeah. So punch some words out there a little bit, but then on a conversational level, just a really warm-hearted individual. Yeah. And I was really happy to see that side of him because I didn't know a whole lot about him heading into the day. So I just wanted to share that with the audience, that we have these up close and personal opportunities that not a lot of other institutions have, and we're very grateful for them. So if you're interested in learning more about our community, how to move in, we have a connection with Bishop Bruce. come in
Yeah,
before
direct
his
line
next
to God.
visit. No, exactly. Anyway, so I just want to share that little insight.
I'm sure the residents, especially the Catholic residents over there, must have been thrilled that the bishop came.
The buzz.
bishop's
And
coming. Oh my
and
God.
if you follow our Facebook page, I posted some photos that I took that day. I could have posted 300. Obviously, you're capped at 80 when you're posting on Facebook.
Right.
But there just was so many wide-eyed, grinned faces that I hadn't really seen since Henning had visited us. Same kind of reaction. Just the fact he spoke Portuguese to a couple of our residents, French. I'm like listening to him just pivot.
Wow.
And I'm like, what is happening? Just a really delightful human being above all else.
Good human.
Yes.
All right.
Good humor.
Break time here on the Coffee and Program. More coming your way. Comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240.
OM 1240.
Craving the best pizza in Woonsocket? Then come to Elm Street Pizza. Their signature pepperoni pizza is the best in the city. Elm Street Pizza also has an extensive list of grinders, incredible steak grinders, omelet grinders with eggs and cheese, wraps and subs on a bun. Fresh garden salads await you at Elm Street Pizza. You know by now, Elm Street Pizza is at 596 Elm Street, Woonsocket. Check out their website, elmstreetpizza.net.
The difference between acceptable and exceptional is attention to detail. That's their motto at Pit Stop Automotive, 230 Pulaski Boulevard, Bellingham. Mike at Pit Stop Automotive specializes in classic cars, hot rods, race cars, truck accessories, plus general auto repair. Going on now at Pit Stop Automotive, you can take $15 off an oil change. Be sure to ask for it. Pit Stop Automotive, 230 Pulaski Boulevard, Bellingham. Look for them on
The
Facebook.
Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON Worldwide.
It's Coffee and here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us this morning. Joe Callahan along with Melissa Smith and Tim Draper's here. And we were talking earlier about the rebranding, and Care New England is introducing a new brand identity.
Of
Are
course
they really?
they
Oh, I
are.
didn't
Yeah.
know that.
A new
Gary didn't
logo.
call me
They're not
that.
changing their name, though.
Oh, okay. All right.
But a new logo is intended to alert patients that its
refresh.
facilities will now share electronic health records, clinical services, and billing. However, all of Care New England's facilities that include Women and Infants Hospital, Kent Hospital, Butler, and the VNA Home Health and Hospice and CNE Medical Group will continue to run independently.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to keep up with Brown.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot
Sounds
of
it,
visual
yeah.
changes happening with Brown in the presence of the city. I was just down there actually for an appointment for my daughter at Hasbro, and it's like they've got the signs going up everywhere, rebranding in the lobbies, the carpets, all the things. It's a presence, right? You have billboards
Yeah.
even that are doing Brown physician practices. Everything right now is that presence, and I think they're trying to stay relevant. I used to work for Care New England. I'm actually not surprised. They need it. Actually, they
Yeah.
needed a little refresh. It looked a little 80s dated, and they do
dated,
pack
yeah.
a punch. There is a lot. I feel like that's my line today. Did I say that already?
No, but you should keep
I didn't
going.
say pack
Good
a
one.
punch already to you
No, I
guys.
don't think so.
There are a lot of services under that umbrella, and I worked within the VNA of Care New England. But the services I ran used to be under Memorial Hospital in Pawtucket.
Yep.
And it was community-based services for seniors that I oversaw. I didn't know a lot about them other than they were like this big intimidating force, sweeping in, taking over Memorial, shutting Memorial down, all my friends losing. It was like a whirlwind of activity for like 3-4 years. When the dust settled, it just felt like as I started to look at their brand and what they were doing to the website, I was like, I think they're missing the opportunity to really, I got the glimpse into how big of an umbrella they were, but it didn't really feel like their website captured that.
Okay.
So maybe they're taking a look at all of that and streamlining a little bit and giving more identity to all the different levels of care in the community and hospital sector. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Needed. I support that decision.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad you
And
approve.
I'm excited to see the change. I know. Was that what you were looking for? You
I
were
was
looking
your
for my
approval.
approval.
Waiting for your
That's
approval.
right. That's right. All right. There's a businessman in Rhode Island. His name is William LaRopa, and he's been sentenced for tax evasion. He's going to spend 2 years on probation, pay nearly $1.4 million in restitution for underreporting income to avoid paying taxes from 2007 to 2013. Now, I bring it up because he was convicted of the same charge of tax evasion in 2012, and he spent 27 months in federal prison because of it. And so he gets out and says, that was a good money-making deal. I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
And this time he doesn't get jail time. You think he would as a repeat offender of the same
You would
crime.
think. You would think.
They just got probation this
what,
time.
what does that teach anybody? That doesn't teach him anything. That there's no consequence. This is the world we live in. There's no consequence for
He's
things.
probably just going to do it again.
Yeah, probably.
Does anybody else feel okay? This is a dumb blah moment. I feel like it's going to come out of my mouth and I'm going to regret it. It's going to make me sound very stupid. Everything is online these days. Like your banking's online, your mortgage lender, like everything is accessible. You get your bank statements for all these entities, etc. I'm still confused as to why at this point in technology land, why I as a taxpayer have to file taxes when really you all could report to the government on my behalf. And that would flag more people who are not compliant with taxes than me trying to file myself and skirt the system.
You know what the problem is, I think? The problem is there's too many different systems.
Okay.
Every one of those systems you talked about is probably a different system. Like in our world, this fintech's popping up all over the place that essentially do online banking. 9 different companies do online banking. They all have different proprietary systems that don't talk to each other.
But you're all sending me my
Right, we're all sending you your
statements,
W-9,
and I'm collecting
forms.
all of them.
Yep, you're collecting all of them.
And I'm giving them to my person
Right.
who takes care of my taxes. We
Right.
no longer try to do it online
Right.
ourselves.
Oh, it's
But
too complicated.
It's too complicated. Or
Well, that's a whole
it's not
nother
even
thing.
that,
The
but
tax code
we're
is
afraid of
ridiculous.
getting caught. Like, not caught.
Not
We're
caught.
not skirting the system.
What did we-
We're
what did I
afraid of
mess
making
up?
an error. We're afraid
Yeah.
of making an error. And now kid in college and all the things that come with that, it's like, nope, it's cleaner, it's easier. I feel a little bit more manageable going through this person.
And as the
versus-
IRS comes back to you, say, please talk to this person.
Exactly.
They put
I
it
just
together.
think, at
But
this
see,
point,
to me, it's a little bit about. I don't want to say personal accountability, but that's probably the term, because I think I want to see all of these different things and all these different parts of my life, all these different end of year statements coming through, so I can kind of get a sense of where I was for the year.
You are so in finances.
If everybody if it just automatically happened and I didn't know what was going on, somebody could mess around with that and I'd never know it. I wouldn't even know how to figure it out.
I'm not saying you're in the dark completely.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm feeling much better about my question, by the way. I'm not feeling as
your
much of a
question's
dumb
not
blonde.
invalid or dumb.
But I hear what you're saying, because it's very it's not refreshing, because it's a little torturous to go through this with my husband, and then we have the big sit down, and it's like,
get the file out from the year, collect all the
it's
papers.
awful. It's worse than doing the monthly credit card reconciliation in my house.
Right.
But at the end of all of it, like when said and done or whatever, you have your printout, you have your summary. You can still go through it. You can still be familiar and aware with how much was taken out, how much was moved, how much whatever. It just feels like at this point, when you're reading a story like that, there's so many people out there trying to scam and skirt the system.
Right.
And I mean, we've even had our own president actually be accused of tax evasion.
Right.
I just think at this point, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
Well, there must be a way, because he's done
I
it
think
twice
there's
now, at least twice.
Right. I just think that there's ways to report things that, again, the IRS doesn't have enough personnel. Although with AI that could change, but they don't have enough personnel to look at everybody's tax form. And if you're Joe Schmo and you're only making $100,000 a year, the IRS doesn't care about you.
But there must be a way. They must, I'm assuming with technology, have an idea of how much in tax payouts they're going to be responsible for. There must be a way for them to flag approximately how many people have filed wrong.
Like if you won the lottery, although that should be reported, I
Right.
guess, too. But if you inherited money,
That's a big flag.
There's a lot of things that
My
could
account
happen
jumped
here.
from here to here.
Right.
Well, obviously,
right. I mean,
that
there's a
would
lot
be
of things
flag.
that could happen in your during the course of the year that's personal, that doesn't necessarily get reported to the IRS. So in your tax filing, you're being, it's kind of the honor system where you
I
want to
say a
report
trigger
that.
comment?
No, it's great. Somebody's going to
trigger
correct us
comment.
if we're wrong, which is always good. But yeah, so I think that
I didn't mean to go political.
I think it's good. No, and I think
what's
it's good
coming at
because if you have somebody who does your taxes, or you use TurboTax, which is still a very good product, or one of the tax services. To me, it's all about, okay, I did this, and this. Oh, what does that mean? Or I guess I got to go get that record now, and then I got to go find it. It just keeps me in line at the end of the year in terms of my finances.
Well, that's because we're responsible citizens. I think I'm
I know.
relating to his initial story. I think to go in the long circle around. It's a torturous process for us to do.
Well, that's
We
somebody
do
who's-
it. It's a good
Right.
exercise.
That's probably somebody who's saying they're self-employed and they make
Probably.
$8,000 a year.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
How's that
really?
possible?
How's that possible?
Yeah.
We have people come to the credit union. I've seen it over the years. People who own their own very successful businesses come in and say, I want to buy a house. Okay, great. Or a car. Great. Well, what's your income? $8,000. You can't show an $8,000 income and expect to get a loan.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's way too low. It's not going to happen.
Your loan to value ratio.
So what you're saying is, you won't give me $250,000 if I'm only making $8,000 a year.
That is precisely what I'm saying.
I don't understand that, Tim. All right, we're going to take a break here on the Coffee AM program. Time for a look at the forecast, and it's being brought to you by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation.
Mostly cloudy skies today with a high of 52 degrees and a breeze from the southwest. Tonight, a chance of rain before midnight, then showers are likely, mainly between midnight and 4 a.m. Cloudy skies all night, low of 37 degrees and a light south wind. Thursday's weather, a 30% chance of rain showers before 4 p.m., then a slight chance of rain and snow showers after 4. Mostly cloudy skies all day with a temperature falling to around 32 degrees by 5 p.m. Light and variable winds. Little or no snow accumulation is expected Thursday. Friday, sunny skies at a high of 31 with a stiff breeze from the west. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high of 41 and a 40% chance of rain. Sunday, mostly cloudy, high of 34. Martin Luther King Day Monday, mostly sunny and 31. The next Tuesday, mostly sunny skies with a high near 28 degrees and a breeze up to 30 miles an hour from the west.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street with some partly cloudy skies, we have a temperature reading of 43 degrees. For the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
Are you retired or retiring soon? That's great. Congratulations. You may be retiring, but your money can't afford to retire. I'm Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road, Suite 3, Cumberland, Rhode Island. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal investment management of client money, especially from the proceeds of their 401k distribution after they leave the workforce. So to find out more about our services and for professional management of your investments, call Ed or Paul Carew at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse offers authentic homemade Polish food to make your next meal special. Try our many varieties of hot and fresh pierogies with onions and what they call dirty sour cream. Or pick up golubki, kielbasa, babkas, or some fresh rye bread. We also offer a large selection of specialty and imported foods. Open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 9 in the morning till 6 p.m., Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays from 8 to 5 p.m. It's Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse. Follow us on Facebook and learn about our weekly specials. Located at 855 Social Street, Woonsocket, Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse has all the authentic Polish foods you love.
ON Radio.
It's Coffee In right here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday morning. Joe Callahan, we're here with Melissa Smith and Tim Draper. And Tim, time for our first message from Navigant Credit Union.
Well, again, folks, I'm going to just give a big thank you to everybody here in Woonsocket, in the city, and even across the state. I know I've talked a little bit about our Season of Giving campaign at the end of last year that the Charitable Foundation was running through the Navigant Credit Union branches. And we had a goal of $15,000 to raise to give to an organization called Feed Our Eye, which has these school-based food pantry programs throughout the state. And I am blown away to report to you all that we raised $35,412 in the branches on a $15,000 goal.
Wow.
Now, the credit union, which was going to match up to $15,000, made a decision at the end of the year because our campaign was getting so successful that they matched the grant of $30,000. So yesterday we went to Feed Our Eye and presented them with two checks totaling $65,413, which is going to allow them to literally build 4 new school-based food pantry programs in the state of Rhode Island, in some of the more needy school districts, and we're just thrilled that we can help thousands of kids be able to bring food home to their families on the weekends, during school vacations, so that they don't go hungry. And that's really what this was all about. And so we're appreciative and thankful for the generosity of everybody here in the city and everybody across the state. We were successful this year. I think next year we'll pick a different organization. We'll try to do it again. And I won't set the goal as high as this, but certainly we'll set a goal that's reasonable, and we'll see what happens. But thank you for your generosity. We appreciate it.
That's fantastic. All right. Milk Fund calendar raffle drawing, and we take place roughly around this time
to do it
every
last week.
weekday.
No,
you
wanna
do it. You do it.
Are you
This is
sure?
Yeah, this is you.
Melissa
This is
pulled
you.
out a name. Today's winner is going to receive a $25 Amazon gift card. And who did you pick out, Melissa?
Well, drum roll. Lucky number 203. No, not the. I don't know if that's something that matters to them, if that's on their end or not. Indira Grover. Am I saying that right? Indira?
Yes, she's
Yeah.
she's a double winner.
Really?
Get
Yeah.
out.
We've had two people had that have won twice now.
I think
All
we're
right.
going to put her name back in the bucket then. We're going to pull it. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just
not
kidding.
how it works.
Congratulations.
All right, we'll be giving her a call again. Good for
So
her.
she won 25. Did she win 25 last time
Oh,
too?
yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh.
That part I don't remember. But and we'll do it again tomorrow. Tomorrow's winner will receive a $50 TJ Maxx gift card from Rep John Brian, who gave that to us. So congratulations to Indira. Now, we got a call in at 766-1240. And it just says, on a completely different note, topic, the spirit shines bright in the state of Rhode Island. Maybe this goes back to the Bank RI thing. Rhode Island is king of the jewels. We suffer from dinky pinky. We travel, but we can travel anywhere we want in 1 hour in the state. In Texas, it takes hours to get to a beach or anywhere else they want to go. So it is it's one of the idiosyncrasies that we have, that you can get anywhere in the state of Rhode Island.
That is
within
true.
an
That
hour.
is part of the charm of Rhode Island. There's no doubt about it. If you take out the politics and all the other garbage that we have,
So
it's
true.
a beautiful state with a lot of great resources. Like the caller said, it's I'm in New Hampshire in an hour and a half, right? You're skiing in an hour. You're going to the beach for the summer. Go to New York City in 3 hours if you want to ride down there by train and go to a show, or go to the Arcadia Park up in Maine and just get one with nature, right? So you're everywhere, man.
We were laughing. We had friends reach out to us. They reach out to us all the time to go to dinner, and it's just hard to meet up. I mean, they were up in Boston area, Charlestown, and they, after Christmas, they're like, "Oh, we're going to Newport with our daughter, for the next 3 days or whatever. Can you guys come down and meet us?" We're like, "Sure, we can." And then we're driving down, and I'm like, "What makes us more inclined to say we're free and able to go to Newport an hour away than
to Boston?
Charlestown? It's really an hour."
Yeah,
in either direction.
It's an hour in either direction.
It's because one doesn't involve traffic and sitting in the tunnel or whatever in the
that's
city.
true.
And I said it was so easy for us to say, sure, we can whip down there to Newport for a
Yeah.
quick lunch and hop back up. I mean, it was until we were
That is-
driving
that
that
is
I
a
was
very
like,
good point. Why
and it
is that
was,
so
and
different?
now we evaluated that the entire time during our lunch, how easy it was for us to say yes to let's go down to Newport. Granted, we were on vacation that week,
Yeah.
but there's just something about the headache of going an hour north.
I think it's the
versus-
reputation Boston has.
Maybe.
I was telling you, I took my mom up to her old stomping grounds as a Christmas gift, and that route 128, 193, whatever that is, 95, 93, heading up towards Waltham, was actually not too bad on a Saturday afternoon. But boy, if you try to do that in the morning or
Oh,
to
it's
do that
awful.
anywhere,
Yeah.
it is
Oh, it's
just
rough.
like painful in
Yeah.
every way,
And
shape,
it's
or
still
form.
under construction. It's so frustrating. That was the belt I showed you the video when we came back from Easter last year.
Yeah.
That with the torrential rains.
Yep.
And the water was like
ponding
2
up.
feet high in the
Yeah.
middle of the highway through that Waltham stretch.
Yeah, well, that's because
just,
they're rebuilding the interchange of the Turnpike and in that 95 area. Same thing that they're doing on 495, where they're redoing the Turnpike interchange on 495.
Oh.
Which is actually going to be beautiful when they're done with it, but boy, it seems like it's taking forever.
We've also known one of the other charms of Rhode Island is most of us, as you become an adult, you know where other towns are in the state. So we're up here in Woonsocket. If you go, have you been to Richmond, Rhode Island? No, but I know where it is. I
Yeah.
know it's in South County and it's south of here. You know, and we all know where different towns are. Same thing if you're down in Westerly. Hey, you know where Burrillville is? Yes, in the northwest corner. Yeah, okay, fine. But if you go to another state, and I'm even talking Massachusetts, because I've worked with some people in Massachusetts, and I was in Natick, and we were talking about a town like Attleboro. They had no idea where it was.
Western Massachusetts,
I go-
a lot of beautiful towns in
I'm like,
Western
what?
Massachusetts.
I go,
Nobody knows.
that's so foreign
Right.
to people from Rhode Island because we know where every town is.
Right, where's Lennox?
In
I
the
don't
state, they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We know Natick, we know Framingham,
Yep.
we know Dover. That's about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
all
You know,
we
there's a
do.
lot of advantages to living in Rhode Island, and we always pick on it. But that's why it hurts when companies decide to leave the state because they don't think it's a great state, and it's like
Is that a dig at Hasbro?
Maybe. Might also been a little bit of
how are things going with your kids that work at
Well, they're going to
Hasbro?
make the trek. They're going to see how it goes.
Is it official? Is everybody up there in Boston?
No,
yet?
not yet. They're right now. They're finishing out the build out of the building in Boston.
Okay.
So they're going to start to move departments probably anytime now.
Okay.
They'll start to move little teams up. I think probably my son's team is going to be one of the first that goes up. My daughter's in safety and compliance.
How the commute on the train is going to go to get up there?
Yeah, they've done it once or twice just as a test, and it's a commute.
It is.
It's going to be different. There's no doubt about it.
We were talking about this at work. I don't know who I was talking about this with, but there are differences in commuting by train to Boston today than there were even 10, 15 years ago. I mean, technology matters. You can sit there and start your work.
If you can find
check
a
your
seat.
email. If you can find a seat. You can start your email. If you're starting in Rhode Island going to Boston, you're likely going to have a seat if you're starting in Pawtucket or Attleboro even. But it's like, it's different. I mean, I feel like there's more to entertain you. There's more to be able to connect in, dial in, start your work before.
And to Hasbro's credit, and much as I'm bashing the company these days that my kids work for, they are allowing the employees that are now forced to commute, if they're going to take the train, they can consider the time in commute as part of their day.
Oh, see, right there.
So there's an hour at the front end of the day and the back end of the day that as long as they can stay connected, they can do their work from wherever, and that counts. They're also only forcing them to be in the office 3 days a week, is my understanding. So they can do 2 days from home, so they don't have to commute every day. And then I think that there's either a stipend or something for the actual cost of the tea, which I'm pretty sure Boston is footing the bill for at least the next year, maybe two, that they don't have to absorb that. So they're trying to make that manageable. But the reality
crazy.
is,
They moved to a more expensive city.
right, and then they have to give them more stuff.
All of it just seems like
there's no sense. And in the
worth
end,
the
I just think it's a dumb business.
Now, do they get off right at the aquarium exit?
No, they get
off the T?
South Station.
Okay.
So South Station, and then they
And
have to walk
from there?
12 minutes to their building.
It's not going to be fun in the winter
No.
time, is it?
No, or in the heat of the summer.
Or the heat?
Yeah,
So,
it's going to stink. So there's that.
And there's only 1 million people that go to South Station.
Right. And then my point was, you've got a bunch of people. You've got a train that goes to Massachusetts. It's pretty full to begin with, but now you're going to add 700 employees to go to Boston from Rhode Island. That's a lot of people to throw on a train. So to your point, anybody at the upper end of those stops,
Unless the T plans to add more trains.
I think they probably did. I'm pretty sure they must have
Get
had
that
that must have
new
been
guy,
part of the agreement.
Part of the T up there, Mr. Eng. Okay,
Yeah,
this is
probably
what's
like
coming.
add 2 more cars.
Wow. Okay. New England Patriots running back Travion Henderson.
Yeah.
He's one of 6 finalists for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, that's awesome.
How about that?
Good for him.
He's
good for
really
him.
good looking too.
Now that's important.
He's a good looking guy.
Seems to be a pretty smart kid.
Yeah.
He's just a youngster. He's just a kid.
It's been
They're
funny.
all just kids. That's
They
the
are
amazing
just
thing.
kids,
They're
yeah.
all
I feel
just
like
kids.
in the last few weeks, all of a sudden, I'm getting familiar with all the names of the
Right.
players. Like
Well,
there's
it's
a
because
research.
it's interesting,
I
right?
know.
And it's fun,
It's
and
fun.
we're back
Making
into
you
it.
laugh because you're like, I felt like I used to know all the players on a personal basis.
Right. Yeah,
and follow
we're
them on
buddies.
social media and all things. So now I'm starting to like look them up on Instagram, see who they're married to, see what their kids look
Right.
like. And I'm just laughing because there's these like wives that are now all bonding and there's pictures of them in the sidelines. And it's like,
Drake
they're
May's
so
wife might
young.
be more popular than Drake May at the moment.
I know.
And Michael May.
I have to agree.
Vakeness, Mary
but they're
Vakeness.
so young, is what
They
I'm
are. They're
saying.
so
And it does
young.
bring you
Early
back
20s.
Yep. They could be
Yeah.
our kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
you're so right. They could be.
now, Melissa, Taylor Swift will not be coming to Foxborough this summer. But
She got a wedding.
did you hear who's coming?
To Foxborough this
yeah.
summer? No.
Cardi B?
No.
She's already there.
Lord.
BTS.
Who?
This is the big Korean
Oh.
pop
Isn't that K-pop?
boy. Yeah.
I don't know if my kids are into that or not.
I
but
thought my daughter was going to be all excited about it. She was like, nah. Oh, she liked them a few years ago, but now
K-pop.
what
demon
happens
hunters or
in
something.
Korea? They're like Israel. Okay, you're good as a teenager, but when you turn 18, you're in the army,
Yeah.
and you're in the army for 2 years, and then now they've done their army time, and now they're back out. And now they're doing a big world tour.
Oh.
So I don't know if your kids were into this Korean BTS
The only
stands for
Korean
something.
song I
but
ever
no.
knew was Gangnam Style.
Okay.
No, all of a sudden the other day, my girls are into the. I don't even know what you define the Gracie Abrams, Taylor Swift. What they're all like hippie, crunchy singer songwriter type personalities, right? Most of the people they listen to do acoustic guitar stuff. Like they like the moody, heavy stuff. All of a sudden, I walk into my house the other day, and my youngest is baking, and she's got R&B on, and I'm like,
what's going on?
Like, what house am I in right now? It's like Charlie X, or I don't even know what her name, whatever the artist was, and I'm like, I have never heard you listen to that.
Wow.
I'm opening my options. I'm like, what? So now maybe you're saying this band, I might have to go home and say, is this on your radar? Is this on a new playlist?
Because they're expecting obviously a huge crowd, and they're going to be there August 5th and 6th. So they're coming for 2 nights. So I'm sure they're expecting.
Is it Gillette?
Yes. Oh, well. So they're expecting a monster crowd to show up for this.
Wow.
All right. It is break time once again on Coffee and. So, Tim, type for a second message from Navigant Credit Union.
Well, if you have a business, a small business out there, a medium-sized business, or even a large business, and you are looking for a cash management service to help you run your business, Navigant Credit Union has a great team of cash management service providers led by my friend Brian Pereira, and they're doing a great job with everything from merchant services. If you're looking for a new merchant services provider, if you're looking for accounts that provide you with sweeps, so overnight, you get some money in an account, you want it moved automatically to another account, depending on the balance, you can set all that stuff up. Night service boxes, just a slew of business services that will help make your business run a lot smoother. If you're interested in learning any more about that, please stop by our branch at Park Avenue, 1280 Park Ave, here in the city. Give us a call, our contact center. You'll talk to some nice folks over on the Smithfield Lincoln line, or you can always jump on the website and go to navigantcu.org and read all about it.
All right, Tim, thanks. Coffee and program will continue. Please stick around.
ON 1240. Don't get caught out in the cold this winter. Inferno Audio offers top-tier remote car starters. Heat up your ride from inside your cozy home. No more freezing your fingers, scraping ice off your windshield. And when you need a new key for your vehicle, before heading to the dealer, stop in to see Keith at Inferno Audio, Clinton Street, Woonsocket, for a less expensive option. Be sure to visit infernoaudio.com. 3 contestants are running to be Mardi Gras Queen of the Woonsocket Mardi Gras to help the Northern Rhode Island Council of the Arts. The title of Queen will go to the contestant who sells the most raffle tickets. The 3 women vying for Mardi Gras Queen are Melissa Iadelli, Renee Chambroni, and Tatiana Rollinson. Mardi Gras Ball Coronation will be Sunday, February 8th at the Italian Workingmen's Club at 5 p.m. Tickets are $25 per person. After they choose their king and princes, the Queen and her court will preside over the Mardi Gras Ball the following Saturday, February 14th at St. Anne's Arts and Cultural Center. Tickets are $40 per person for the ball. Cajun and Zydeco music at the ball will be provided by the Squeeze Box Stompers. Tickets for both events can be purchased from the 3 contestants for Queen of the Mardi Gras and Northern Rhode Island Council of the Arts members. For biographies of the women who are the contestants and for more information, visit the website nrica.org.
ON Radio in Woonsocket.
All right, Coffee In right here on ON Radio. Joe Callahan along with Melissa Smith and Tim Draper. And I'm like, what's going on out in California when we don't have one actor? We have 2 actors that have been arrested just recently. And it's Timothy Busfield.
Yeah.
He turned himself in after authorities in New Mexico issued a warrant for his arrest earlier this month. He's accused of sexually abusing 2 boys who were child actors on the show he directed at the time, The Cleaning Lady, which I never saw. Busfield denies the allegations. He said he was exonerated and called the claims lies. Prosecutors said the boys' parents reported the alleged crimes to the Albuquerque police 2 years later, leading to criminal investigation. And there you go. Now, and then there's Kiefer Sutherland.
What?
He's facing charges. He had an alleged altercation with a rideshare driver. The LAPD says Sutherland was taken into custody early Monday morning in Hollywood, and the actor was arrested on suspicion of felony criminal threats, but was released after posting bond. Well, of course, he's got a ton of money, and he's going to be back in court on February 2nd. So he got into an argument with the Uber driver, or the Lyft driver, and he threatened him.
I don't know. What do you get into?
I don't know what's going on.
Into an argument about?
I don't know.
You know, there's no money. There's no transaction that takes place.
You're going the long way. What are you doing on the I-5?
Maybe they found out there was an actor in the back seat and
see, that's what I think.
Tried to take advantage of that.
I think a lot of this is.
How do you take advantage of it?
Well, I just think I don't know because
there was no physical alteration. They're just saying there was an argument, right?
He was arrested on suspicion of felony criminal threats.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna hit you.
kick the
There's
shit
a
out.
threat.
Ooh,
Right.
Stuff out of you. Right.
You can't say that.
Yeah, I can't say that.
No.
And so
And then so that's the issue.
I guess.
I
But
know
why?
he's had
What's
a
happened?
rough past, so people
He
are probably
has,
jumping to the conclusion that he's wrong or he's
Right.
guilty.
It'd be like
but
if Charlie Sheen did
I
something.
don't know.
You would just assume Charlie Sheen did it.
In a ride situation, you're kind of at the mercy of the driver, and then don't you think the driver has you in a vulnerable state as a
Right.
passenger? I don't know. There might be jury's out. No, the other story makes me sad.
Timothy Busfield. You like Timothy Busfield?
Yeah.
I loved him in West Wing, and we rewatch West Wing at least once a year. I feel like the whole series, and now I feel like I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it.
I don't know how to. I don't know.
Because that I am feeling like, ooh, that came out of the blue.
No.
That's
I don't know
very
how to
strange.
think about it. You know, 2 kids.
But it happened so long ago too. And it's like
Yeah, and
So
then
the
their
initial
parents all
comment
of a
that I read that came out on that,
Yeah.
the accusation was that the kids were not re-signed for season 2. I don't even know the show. And that was a retaliation from the parents who were expecting them
The
to have
money.
like a long
term contract.
So
then?
there might be more to that too. I don't know. We don't know them.
You know,
Right.
We don't
right.
know them truly.
I first saw Timothy Busfield in the
West
movie.
Wing? Oh,
no, Revenge of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds. That's
He's-
right.
Was
He's
he in that?
He's Poindexter.
Yeah.
Go back
Yep,
and watch
with
the
the
movie. He
glasses,
play
tape in the
glasses.
middle. Yep.
Plays the violin.
Yep.
He's Poindexter.
Yeah.
And
I don't think I processed that.
No,
I also
no,
haven't
that-
seen
that-
that in a
YouTube
really
is-
long time.
he's
Sure, it's
also
on YouTube.
he's also in Field of Dreams.
You know, I
He's
did know that, and I couldn't
he's the
remember him in
brother
that,
of
but
Amy
That's right. He's the one that's trying to get them to sell that.
sell the
Right.
farm or we're gonna foreclose.
what I didn't know is he's married to Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, Laura
Ingram.
Wilder.
Yeah.
Not Ingram.
Laura
Laura
Ingalls
Ingalls.
Wilder. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Gilbert.
despite multiple attempts for a delay, the San Diego Padres, the baseball team, were in Superior Court on Monday over allegations rodeo events that were held at Petco Park, where the Padres played, constitute animal cruelty. A rodeo.
It's California.
The trial stems from a lawsuit filed in November of 2023 by the Animal Protection and Rescue League and Shark, which is showing animals respect and kindness.
Yep.
Okay. The 2 animal rights groups have cited several incidents where they say animal cruelty happened at the San Diego Rodeo. The lawsuit names both the Padres and CE5 Rodeo, the company that operates the event, as defendants. According to Shark, the trial is expected to take several days, but will not affect the Padres' 3rd rodeo scheduled for this weekend, and I don't have any allegations of what was done to the animals.
Who's bringing the charges?
Shark and the other animal rights group, Animal Protection and Rescue League.
Do they have this proclivity to do that in other states?
I don't know, because they said there's a 3rd rodeo scheduled for this weekend, and that's going on as planned.
Yeah. So they mustn't be too worried about the results of the lawsuit.
No,
then, I would think.
so rodeos are. Not
And
that I'm a big fan of rodeos.
So
but
what's the result? If they win and they win the suit, what happens? The rodeo
never comes back.
never comes back. But okay,
Or the
but
Padres have
is there
to
money
pay.
involved?
I'm sure the Padres have to
Okay.
pay these.
So the Padres have to pay these
organizations.
organizations money. So it's about money. It's about I'm going to sue them, and my attorney's going to take a third, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get a third, and third's going to go somewhere else.
All right. Well, as we know, if you're follow football, the Jacksonville Jaguars lost over the weekend.
Yeah.
The head coach of the Jaguars is from Cumberland, Rhode Island.
I did
know
hear
that?
that. Yes.
Who's that?
His name is Liam Cohen.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
his,
Yeah, right.
his dad, Tim Cohen,
Yep.
taught at Cumberland High.
Did he really?
And he was the football coach there when I was there. So, but
Well,
anyway,
he did a great job with the Jaguars.
I
this
did.
year.
That
But,
doesn't mean we're
um,
cheering for them.
No, well,
Well,
it's
not
they're
now.
out.
They
We're not
now
out.
they lost.
I just like Trevor Lawrence, and I'm glad he went as far as he. I wish he got.
You must like the hair. That's
Yeah,
my
that's
daughter.
what
My
I-
daughter
yeah.
likes. Oh, look at the hair.
Glad
Anyway.
he's got some.
But I bring it up because the Jacksonville Jaguars press conference is sparking a national debate. Jacksonville Free Press reporter Lynn Jones Turpin went viral after offering words of
Oh
encouragement
yeah, I saw that.
to head
Right.
coach Liam
Don't
Cohen
hang your head low.
following Sunday's
proud of
playoff
yourself.
loss to
Do better.
Buffalo
Right.
instead of asking a question.
Yeah.
Now, some praised the exchange as heartfelt.
I did.
While others called it unprofessional. Jones Turpin, who has covered the team since its inaugural season, says she stands by her comments and takes no offense to critics.
Yeah. Why can't you say that?
How did
sometimes
Liam Cohen respond to what she said to her?
I think
reward?
I think he said thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it was very like, well, thank you. That's very nice.
That's very nice.
I think there is a bullying tactic that happens a lot in these press rooms
Oh,
because
there
they're
is.
just trying to like poke the bear.
They
and
want to poke the bear.
get the rise out. And maybe who knows what led her to do that in the moment. Maybe there was buzz in the room of the types of questions that were going to be asked, or fingers pointing and all
Well,
the
it's
things.
always,
She's
why'd you do
what?
this in
Enough.
this situation? Why'd you do that in that
Yeah.
situation?
Maybe he's just a good human being and he had a rough day. Let's just
Wasn't even a rough day. They had a good game. They was a
Tough in the end,
or
fourth
a
quarter.
rough loss.
Fourth quarter, right.
Rough loss.
And now that she's saying,
They played Buffalo,
good,
right?
Yes, good season. Let's come back strong next year, kind of thing. Is that what she
Yeah,
said?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Listen, you should be. I mean, the team was not successful last year. I don't think. It
No,
made
they
the
were
playoffs
4 they were
last year.
like the Patriots. They were 4-13
But
last
this
year.
year they've had a great year and they got into the playoffs. And I think what she was just saying was, hey, listen, you should be proud of that particular.
I guess it comes down to, well, it's a press conference. We want to ask questions. If you want to give him your heartfelt condolences, that should have been done privately.
Okay.
I guess that's what the critics are
Well,
saying.
after a while in a press room like that, there's only so many ways you can say, "What do you think went wrong in the game?"
Why did you?
What do you think went wrong in the game?
Why did you
And,
let them
know,
tush push Josh Allen
I mean,
20 yards down the field? Right.
Yeah.
So
Even
why
when
didn't you
they
stop
do,
that?
like the mid-game interviews
I
and
wanted
stuff like
to.
that with the coaches, it drives me nuts because I'm like, how much do you think they really care about being interviewed? And I know they have
hate
to do
it.
it. It's
They
for ratings and
absolutely hate it.
commercials.
And the problem is, he didn't.
He
It's
is
his
Cohen.
players that do
Right.
it. I mean, you can question the calls on the, what call did you make? You could question time and clock management.
Yeah.
But it's hard when they start asking you questions about why the players do this. Like, I don't know. Why don't you ask the player?
I'm sure they will, but all right. Now the Super Bowl is coming, and we all know that Bad Bunny is the halftime show. But Bad Bunny's back in the news. He's being sued for $16 million.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of money
Copyright infringement?
by a woman who claims he used a recording of her voice on 2 of his songs without her permission. The plaintiff alleges that the Puerto Rican pop star recorded her using a catchphrase that has become widely associated with Bad Bunny, and that he even uses it on his merchandise. I have no idea what the phrase is because I don't care about this kind of person. And there we go. I moved it.
I was
Okay.
going to say he had a Mr. Rogers look to him. If you just go back to Tim for a minute, I had to do a double take.
The plaintiff says she claims she never signed a contract allowing it to be used in the songs or for commercial purposes, and that her privacy and publicity rights were violated. Representatives for the Bad Bunny have not commented on the lawsuit. He'll be performing next month at the Super Bowl.
That's probably somebody in the background going, well, we use it for everything else that she's given us permission for, so then I'm probably okay to just use it here.
But she wants
But
she wants $16 million.
Of course she does.
Wow.
So she's probably gonna get
Strategically
4 or
timing
5
it, too.
million.
Yeah,
and then
and be
she's
done
gonna be
with it.
happy with it.
Yeah, but strategically timing it right now.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
These guys.
Well, you got to hit the timing because he's going to be
100%.
in the
Now the Super
news
Bowl.
Right.
when it's
She
'cause
wants
it's
tickets
NFL
to the
playoff
game.
time.
It's the honestly, that's what I think.
I wanna
It's
be on the
Stephon
field.
Diggs thing. I think
Yeah.
it's that
Oh,
whole thing.
gosh.
It's the timing of that.
Well, how about that? He got his arraignment moved.
Yeah.
I am not happy about that.
That it got
I'm a
moved?
diehard Pats fan, but the fact that we've got 2 players allowed to play right now that are both facing assault charges is very cringy.
Well, I think one is
A money grab, right?
I think one is a money grab.
Which
I
one?
really do. I think
Stephon
Diggs
Diggs.
is a money grab.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
'Cause it's
I don't
with
think the
his-
other one is though. I
his-
think Barmore has a reputation of being a bad dude, and you know what? This may be his last year with us.
But we got to get through the playoffs.
Got to
first.
get to the playoffs, and then we can worry about how much we need.
All right, so just keep this in mind. The long rumored most depressing day of the year is coming. It's generally the 3rd Monday in January, which is this coming Monday.
Well, but it's a holiday. Well,
But
it's not a holiday for
considered-
everybody.
Not
It's
for
a-
all of us,
It's a
Tim.
federal
Sorry.
holiday. Say it
Federal-
like that.
Well, I won't be working.
Well, sometimes it
I'll be
falls
flying.
this way. It's the time when people are starting to feel sad due to broken New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
The after
That was
Christmas
sad a week ago.
financial stress. Oh my! The bills are arriving, and
Yeah.
and for us in the Northeast and parts of the Midwest as well, bad weather.
Bad weather.
It's cold. It's snowing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's gray.
That's why when we have
It's
these
miserable out.
beautiful, odd 50-degree days,
Oh, you gotta
go
take advantage of it. Go
outside.
outside.
Right.
Take a deep breath. Go outside.
Right.
Take a
Take
walk.
the Christmas lights off your trees.
Do it while you can.
The theory came from a marketing campaign developed by a UK psychologist for a travel company 20 years ago. Many mental health experts say, although it can feel very real, it's not actually based on any clinical data.
No.
Oh, no, it's real.
Well,
You
not
feel
according
people
not
get the
until
winter slump. You feel it.
Well, I do. I
Not-
get it in February though.
Yeah, I always thought it was February.
Like end of February and it's just when it's dark.
'Cause that always made me sad because
Although the days are getting longer now. So.
Are
that's
you
a-
still in a holiday high? Is that why? Like February hits and you're like,
I was always told that during school
Maybe.
how everyone hates February, and my birthday's in February, and I thought, why,
The
does,
month
everyone,
you should
why
not-
does everyone hate my month?
The month of March is the month of March is a
March
long
is
month,
long.
and
Yeah.
there's no holidays in it, so there's no like Mondays or Fridays off or anything going on other
Yeah.
than St. Patrick's Day, but that's not like a
not
day
a
off
holiday.
no.
So those are like I find myself that's the long month.
I might be a complete outlier in this, but I feel like the school year, being a parent of kids and then one in college now, but like something happens September to this present moment that is 150 miles an hour. And I actually appreciate January and the slowdown.
right.
I may be completely all by myself, but January and February, I enjoy the scaling back.
But you're right about March, Tim, because March is also the start of spring. And after going through December and January,
Yep.
February,
Yeah.
you want, spring's going to be here, and it's still 30 degrees, and it can
Right.
still snow.
Yep.
Usually it snows
Gets snow
heavier,
right
too.
through
it. Yeah.
So
Right.
there you
That's
go.
true. Do we have snow on the fork? Oh no, I think this weekend a little bit. They're predicting a little bit.
As long as it's cold and windy. on
Nothing,
Sunday
no
afternoon.
accumulation, which is fine. All right, that'll do it for the show for today. Thank you very much for listening in. As always, Melissa Smith, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. See you next week.
All right, and Tim Draper, thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Joe, for having me, and everybody go out there and enjoy the God-given day.
Very
You
good.
see yourself. He looks like Mr. Rogers. I can't
hope that's
stop
a-
looking.
I hope that's a
beautiful day
compliment.
in the neighborhood. Hi, boys and
All
girls.
right. Have a great day, everyone. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do You Remember's coming up right after the 9 o'clock news.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. The Justice Department says there's no basis for an investigation into the fatal shooting of Renee Good by an ICE agent in Minneapolis. The 37-year-old Good was shot in her vehicle in what federal officials argue was justified self-defense, sparking protests across the country. Instead, the department is reportedly looking to investigate Good's widow.